Hey folks, this is Brian with Bub Botanicals here, and we're in Peachtree City about to do bee extraction. Let me walk you over to where the hive's at. Right over here. You guys can see, the property owner was kind enough to leave his ladder here for me to use. So we've got quite a bit of activity up here on the soffit. And let's see if I can get up under here and take a good look without getting the sun. We've also got a pretty good sized cluster there. Pretty good size. I hadn't planned on using the vacuum, but looks like that's going to be the order of the day, is vacuuming those suckers out. That's a lot more bees than I thought there were. So yeah, no wonder the the guy got stung a few times. So yeah, that's that colony's been there at least a week, maybe a week and a half before they noticed it. 2 weeks possibly. Alright, so let's get suited up and get to work. Alright, so we're about wrapped up here. We've got most of the bees in there. You can see we've got several that are trying to get in. So I'm reasonably confident that we've got the queen in there. We've got several that are on top there, fanning the location pheromone, the come hither nasonoff pheromone, trying to draw other bees in there because they're signaling that that's their new home. What I've got is a nuke here, and I've taken a fair portion of the comb that we'd removed. It's got some brood and honey and pollen. It smells like the hive, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nuke and we're going to position it on top of this ladder right there where the other bees are coming in. Once the foragers stop coming in, you see we're building quite a pretty decent cluster up there, festooning where the combs used to be. And once they calm down, we'll give them one more blast with a vacuum. Suck up what we can suck up, and then we'll put the other one up there, put the nuke up there, and that should lure the rest of the bees in that might be straggling, hopefully, and then we'll be good to go. So this has been a lot of fun. A lot more bees than I thought there were. This is a big colony, not big, but it's pretty sizable for just being a week old. I think it was probably closer to 2, but a good sized swarm. I didn't see any small hive beetles, anything like that. These girls are looking really healthy, and look forward to getting them home, getting them in their new habitat, working for me. So, all right, we'll catch up a little bit. Back again, folks, and sun's going down a little bit here. Looks like things are starting to quiet down around this hive. We've got most of the bees vacuumed up. In the vacuum there, I've got the comb here located in some frames. We'll put those frames in the hive that they're going to be homed in, and they'll actually attach them to the frames and the woodenware frames, and build off of those so that we can get them started with some brood and some honey and pollen reserves straight out. They don't have to start from scratch. Right now all we're waiting for really is just for it to get a little darker, and I don't know if you guys can see up there or not. We're going to put the final touches on that thing, vacuum all the rest of the stragglers out as best we can, scrape it out real good, and call it a day. We'll head out with a box full of bees. So oh, man, I'm tired. What we got this nuke over here for is we got the comb out to try to attract any of these stragglers that are flying around. These flyers are just kind of bewildered and lost. These bees down here in the bottom are fanning the location pheromone pretty heavily. They're drawing a lot of bees to them, and of course they can't get in there. They've just been sitting on the screen, which is kind of a problem when I go to try to drive home and they start shooting all over the car. So what we've got is we're going to put them in this nuke, or let them accumulate in the nuke, hopefully, and we'll just take and strap the nuke so that it's closed and loaded up. And well, I think that was it. That was a lot of fun. It's a good way to spend the afternoon and get some nice looking bees out of it. Alright, well, this is Brian from Botanicals, and I think that's going to do it. And you guys have a great time. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next. Alright, so it's now the next day, and we've gotten these girls home, and they are in their new, or quasi-new box. So you can see here, I'll just spin this little monkey around. What we got is, of course, you get the bottom section of the bee vac there. I've got the top section there, and they had the medium super that we put them in, and I've put on top of that a deep super with the regular foundation and comb in there, so that they'll move up out of the medium and into the deep, because I keep the brood chambers in deeps. We got the nuke over here from yesterday, and we pulled the comb out of that, the salvage comb, and it's in the bottom of that box there. So this morning when I put them in there, boy, it was pretty ugly. They got really mad. It was like a cloud of bees out here, and they were chasing me around and stuff. It was really, they were not happy. And in fact, I was really wondering if they were like that because didn't get the queen, or we killed the queen in the process, because I didn't see her yesterday, and I was looking for her the whole time. So that's one of the things I'm going to do right now is, while I got them, they seem to be relatively calm. They seem to have settled in okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull that thing apart and see if I can't find the queen. And if I can't find her, I'm going to go ahead and pull a frame of brood out of one of the stronger boxes over there, and we'll put it in here for them to hopefully raise their own. So, and then when we close it up, we'll go ahead and put a mega bee patty in there, just for good measure. They've already got a sugar syrup feeder in there just to kind of calm them down. So we'll get them off to a good start, and that way they're not hurting for any kind of nutrients and that kind of thing. Once we get all that stuff straightened out, we're going to take that whole mess and move it over to this bottom board. Actually, we're going to move the bottom board over a little bit so it doesn't have those slats under it. And that way we can get our bee vac back in use. So we'll take that whole mess, move it over here, and then slide it back over to where they're at so they don't lose track of their house. The bees look pretty healthy. These seem to be a little more agitated than normal. Again, that may be due to them being queenless. I just don't know yet. It may just be that they're a meaner bunch, meaner strain. So I guess we'll see. So let's see if I can't. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and smoke these girls, calm them down a little bit. Now, when I smoke, the way we do this is I go ahead and smoke them, and then I'll wait a few minutes. I'll smoke them and wait a few minutes. That gives the smoke a chance to work through the hive a little bit. It makes them engorge a little bit on honey, and that makes them less likely to sting. What are you doing there, little bee? Look at that bee there. Anyway. So, let's see. Oh, there's a leaf in there. Are they going to pull that leaf out? That'd be pretty cool if we could see them pull the leaf out. So this is the hive that we got yesterday. Well, I guess you would know because I'm going to edit that part of the video in, so never mind that. I was going to give you the background, but you've got the background. No biggie. Alright, so this is going to be pretty interesting to do one-handed. I'm going to try to pull it off. But, you know, if the video cuts out or the thing gets dropped, then you know what happened. So, let's see if we can't take a peek in here at what's going on. This is our... Oh, they are loud. Look at that. A lot of them have already moved up here into the top section, which is really good. I guess it's not really that good if I want to try to find the queen. It sounds like they're making some noise. They seem to be a little uppity here. Let's see if we can't pull some of these frames out and see. Not much going on there. Wow, you got a lot of wow, already we've got honey storage going on up here. This was a dry frame this morning. That's pretty amazing. Holy mac. Well, these girls don't mess around. Good, already got nectar over there. I think they're probably pulling it out of this feeder is what they're doing. But all the same, it's still rather impressive that they would do it that quickly. Over here, this is an old frame of brood that kind of died out. I'm hoping they're going to clean that out a little bit for me and demonstrate how hygienic they are. We'll see. This one here. There's an old queen cell. I had tried to start a nuke with that queen cell, even though it's a supersedure cell, and it just didn't play out. She didn't make it. The hive that made that cell has since made another cell. So, I guess they really want a new queen. All right. So I didn't see anything up there. We're going to pause this video and see if we can't take that top deep off and take a peek down below. Alright, so we're back. What I've done is I went ahead and pulled that deep off there, and we're down into the body where the original comb is that we salvaged yesterday. Now the idea is that this comb is going to be pretty crappy when they attach it to this stuff. It's not going to be straight, and what I want them to do is move up into this deep here where we got the drawn comb and foundation. And then once they do that, once we get the colony up there, we can take this apart and I can use that comb for like swarm traps or something like that. But we're going to go through here and see what we can see, and hopefully the queen will turn up. That'd be pretty cool. But we'll see. If not, then it certainly explains why they're so darn ornery. Not seeing her there. Not seeing much. You can see a bunch of that insulation in there that was sucked out by the vacuum. Here's a piece of comb pulled out. Got some funky looking brood there. Got some honey gooping out. Some more brood. Let's see. That brood looked awfully big to not be capped. It might have gotten dorked up. Alright. More brood. Not capped. More brood, more pollen. So far, not seeing the queen. This is not a good sign. And they are getting pissy. Boy, you can hear them. They are not happy to see me. And let's see again. No queen. No queen, no queen. So, I'm going to assume there's no queen in this box. Because I would think that she'd be up on that comb somewhere, given that that's the only brood comb around. I'm just kind of poking around at the bottom here. I don't see her. Which would explain why these bees are so damn pissy. They don't have a queen. So, if you're looking, just attacking the frame grabbers there. Okie dokie. So we're going to do this. We're going to take this bad boy and move this box over to here. I'll give them another smoke real quick to chill them out. My gosh, boy, they were mad. Alright. Still a lot of the hives gone foraging, it looks like. So it seems like they're setting up shop here, probably because we have brood in the box. They've decided not to leave it, which is a good trick. If you've got a hive that you're kind of worried about absconding, you can throw some brood in there, and they tend not to leave brood if they can at all avoid it, unless there's some kind of weird issue going on. Yeah, I don't think there's a queen. No, that's all foundation. That's all foundation. Nothing in the feeder there. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Take this box, swing it over here, and I'm going to get some brood out of the, probably that middle box there, the middle hive. That's probably the strongest at the moment. And we'll take that brood frame, drop it into here, kind of between where those girls are now, and see if we can't get them to raise a queen. So we'll do that and check back in shortly. Alright, we're back. Boy howdy. That's definitely a strong hive over there, and they did not appreciate me popping the top and yanking out 1/10 of their family. In fact, I got stung once on my wrist where they wormed under my glove and lit me up. So what we got here, let's see if I can't twist this around without dropping it. Got our frame of brood. Got a lot of eggs in there, less than a day or less than a couple days old, which is what we need. A couple nurse bees that are straggled. I can't get them off, they keep coming back. But yeah, got some capped brood, which will help their numbers on either side of that. Got some uncapped brood and a lot of eggs and a lot of stuff that's pretty young that they can take and make a queen. They've been queenless for about a day, and it seems like they know they're queenless because they're really, really in a mood. Really pissy bees. It's been about 15 or so minutes since we took that frame out and put it over there, and they're still buzzing around angry as all get out. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this down in there so it doesn't get too chilled, and we'll go ahead and call this a day. Alright girls, make yourselves a mommy. It's just like all over my damn glove and everything. I can't wait till African-ized bees come to Georgia. That's going to be a whole lot of picnic right there. Looks like we need another frame up at the top. That'll be alright. Alright, so we got a nice size frame of brood in there. That'll move a lot of the bees up into the top super. And even as a bonus here, we'll take this little bit of mega bee and give them some munchies just to get them started. And so, alright girls, next time we talk I hope you're in a better mood. Alright, so I'm going to go put some gunk on my sting, and hopefully this hive will turn out to be pretty viable. Alright, so this is Brian's Botanicals, and look at that, there's a bee right on my friggin' glove. Come on bee, buzz away. Alright, this is Brian's Botanicals, and you guys have a great day. I'm going to close this thing up and call it an evening. I'm going to go work on a chicken tractor. How about that? Alright, good night everybody.